You're standing in the grocery store aisle, reaching for that bottle of extra virgin olive oil, trusting the golden liquid inside will deliver the heart-healthy benefits you've read about. But recent investigations across America have revealed a disturbing truth about the olive oil industry that could change everything you thought you knew about what you're putting on your family's table. While mainstream media continues recycling decade-old studies claiming widespread olive oil fraud, the reality is far more complex and potentially more dangerous than simple adulteration. We conducted a comprehensive investigation into America's most popular olive oil brands, analyzing quality control failures, misleading marketing practices, legal settlements, and the sophisticated deception tactics that allow inferior products to masquerade as premium oils. What we discovered will shock you. From major brands settling multi-million-dollar lawsuits to quality control failures that strip away the very health benefits you're paying for, the olive oil sitting in your pantry might be working against your health goals rather than supporting them. This isn't about conspiracy theories or sensationalized headlines. This is about understanding which brands have repeatedly failed quality tests, faced legal action for deceptive practices, and continue operating with quality standards that would surprise consumers who trust their marketing claims. Starting with the most widespread deception affecting millions of American families every single day. Number 1. Bertolli. The $7 million settlement that exposed everything. Bertolli dominates supermarket shelves across America with their distinctive dark bottles and Italian heritage marketing. The packaging screams authenticity with phrases like "imported from Italy" and images of Mediterranean landscapes. But in 2014, this carefully crafted image cracked wide open when Bertolli faced a class action lawsuit that would expose the reality behind their marketing machine. The lawsuit revealed that Bertolli had been systematically misleading consumers about both the origin and quality of their olive oil. While their labels proudly declared imported from Italy, the oil inside often came from multiple countries across different continents: Spain, Greece, Tunisia, Turkey. The Italy connection was often limited to where the oil was bottled, not where the olives were grown or pressed. The settlement amount tells you everything you need to know about the scale of this deception. $7 million. That's not a minor labeling error. That's systematic misrepresentation affecting millions of consumers who paid premium prices expecting authentic Italian extra virgin olive oil. But the origin deception was just the beginning. The lawsuit also challenged Bertolli's quality claims. Independent testing revealed that many Bertolli products labeled as extra virgin olive oil failed to meet international standards for that designation. The oil had been refined, processed, or degraded to the point where it no longer qualified for the premium category consumers were paying for. What makes this particularly troubling is how long this practice continued. This wasn't a brief oversight or a single bad batch. The lawsuit documented years of systematic mislabeling and misrepresentation. Consumers were unknowingly purchasing inferior oil while believing they were getting the health benefits and flavor profile of genuine extra virgin olive oil. The settlement forced Bertolli to adopt stronger testing practices and modify their labeling. But here's what they don't want you to know. The damage to the oil's beneficial compounds had already occurred through processing methods that prioritize shelf stability and profit margins over nutritional value. When you're paying premium prices for Bertolli, you're often getting oil that's been stripped of the polyphenols and antioxidants that make real extra virgin olive oil a superfood. The heart-healthy benefits you're seeking have been processed away in favor of a product that looks and pours like olive oil, but lacks the nutritional profile that justified your purchase decision. Number 2, Pompeian. The consistent failure that quality tests can't ignore. Pompeian built their reputation on being America's olive oil company with marketing that emphasizes their long history and commitment to quality. Their bottles sit prominently in every major grocery chain, often positioned as the reliable American choice versus imported alternatives. But comprehensive quality testing tells a dramatically different story about what's actually inside those bottles. Independent taste tests consistently rank Pompeian among the worst performing major brands. In blind evaluations comparing top supermarket olive oils, Pompeian scored a devastating 94% failure rate. That means nearly every sample tested failed to meet basic quality standards for extra virgin olive oil. The specific failures are telling. Taste panels describe Pompeian oils as bland, underwhelming, and lacking any distinctive olive flavor. These aren't subtle quality differences. These are fundamental failures that indicate the oil has been overprocessed, improperly stored, or sourced from inferior olives. But the problems go deeper than taste. Chemical analysis reveals that Pompeian oils often show signs of excessive oxidation and rancidity. This occurs when oil is exposed to heat, light, or oxygen during processing or storage. The result is an oil that not only tastes flat, but has actually become nutritionally harmful rather than beneficial. Oxidized olive oil doesn't just lose its health benefits, it can actually contribute to inflammation in your body, the exact opposite of what genuine extra virgin olive oil accomplishes. When you're consuming rancid oil thinking you're supporting your cardiovascular health, you're potentially working against your wellness goals. Consumer reviews consistently echo the testing results. Common complaints describe Pompeian as tasting like nothing, having an unpleasant aftertaste, or smelling off when the bottle is first opened. These aren't isolated incidents. They're systematic quality control failures that suggest fundamental problems with sourcing, processing, or storage practices. The most concerning aspect is how these quality failures persist despite Pompeian's participation in voluntary quality programs. Industry oversight clearly isn't preventing inferior products from reaching consumers under premium extra virgin olive oil labeling. Number 3. Filippo Berio. Where heritage marketing meets quality disappointment. Filippo Berio trades heavily on Italian heritage and traditional olive oil production methods. Their marketing emphasizes family recipes, Mediterranean traditions, and the romance of Italian cuisine. The packaging features elegant typography and imagery designed to evoke authenticity and premium quality. But independent testing reveals a significant gap between marketing promises and actual product quality. Taste tests consistently rank Filippo Berio poorly among major supermarket brands. Professional tasters describe the flavor as muddy and harsh, with off notes that would be immediately noticeable in your cooking. This isn't the subtle, fruity complexity you expect from genuine, extra virgin olive oil. It's a harsh, unpleasant flavor that actually detracts from your food rather than enhancing it. The muddy flavor profile often indicates several potential problems with the oil. It could suggest the use of damaged or overripe olives during pressing. It might indicate improper storage that allowed the oil to degrade before bottling. Or it could reveal blending with lower quality oils to reduce costs while maintaining profit margins. What makes Filippo Berio particularly disappointing is how the harsh flavor contradicts everything their marketing promises. You're paying for Italian tradition and Mediterranean authenticity, but receiving oil that tastes industrial and processed. The disconnect between expectation and reality represents a fundamental breach of consumer trust. The quality issues extend beyond taste to chemical markers that indicate processing problems. Independent analysis often reveals elevated levels of compounds that suggest the oil has been refined or treated in ways that compromise its extra virgin classification. You're paying extra virgin prices for oil that may not legally qualify for that premium designation. Professional chefs and food critics consistently advise against using Filippo Berio in applications where olive oil flavor matters. The harsh, muddy notes can overwhelm delicate dishes and create unpleasant flavor combinations that mask the ingredients you're trying to highlight. This represents a particularly cruel deception for home cooks who trust heritage brands to deliver authentic flavors. When your olive oil actively works against your culinary goals, you're not just wasting money. You're sabotaging your own cooking efforts while believing you're using a premium ingredient. The gap between marketing image and actual product quality reveals how effectively food companies can manipulate consumer perception through packaging and branding while delivering inferior products that fail basic quality standards. Number 4. Star olive oil. The race to the bottom disguised as value pricing. Star Olive Oil positions itself as the budget-friendly option for families watching their grocery spending. The simple labeling and competitive pricing suggest you're getting solid quality without paying for fancy marketing or premium positioning. But comprehensive testing reveals that Star's low prices come with hidden costs that extend far beyond your wallet. Quality evaluations consistently place Star among the worst-performing oils in taste tests. The flavor profile shows classic signs of degradation that occur when oil sits too long in warehouses or gets exposed to temperature fluctuations during transport. You're not getting fresh olive oil at a discount. You're getting old oil that's lost its beneficial properties through poor handling and extended storage. Chemical analysis reveals elevated levels of compounds that indicate rancidity and oxidation. This means the oil has actually become harmful rather than beneficial to your health. Consuming oxidized oils contributes to inflammation in your body, potentially increasing your risk of cardiovascular problems rather than supporting heart health. The sourcing practices behind Star's low prices tell their own story. To achieve those rock-bottom retail prices, the company relies on purchasing the cheapest available oil from global suppliers with minimal quality oversight. This often means oil from damaged olives, late harvests, or production facilities with substandard processing equipment. What makes Star particularly problematic is how the degraded quality affects your cooking results. The off flavors and rancid notes don't just taste unpleasant. They can actually make your food taste worse than if you'd used no oil at all. You're paying to damage your own culinary efforts while thinking you're making a smart, economic choice. The storage and distribution practices that enable Star's pricing model create systematic quality problems. Oil shipped in bulk containers, stored in non-climate controlled warehouses, and bottled months after pressing arrives at your grocery store already compromised. The savings you see at checkout represent quality that was sacrificed long before the oil reached the shelf. Number 5. Calavita. The premium positioning hiding systematic quality failures. Calavita markets itself as a step above basic supermarket oils, with packaging that suggests Mediterranean authenticity and artisanal quality. The pricing sits in the mid-premium range, positioned between budget options and truly expensive imports. This marketing strategy targets consumers who want better quality than basic brands, but aren't willing to pay top dollar for premium imports. But independent testing reveals that Calavita's quality doesn't match its positioning or pricing. Taste panels consistently identify flavor defects that indicate poor olive selection or processing problems. The oil often tastes flat and lifeless, lacking the fresh, fruity notes that characterize genuine, extra virgin olive oil. The specific defects found in Calavita testing suggest systematic problems with their supply chain. Fusty flavors indicate fermentation problems during processing. Musty notes suggest moisture contamination. Rancid characteristics point to oxidation during storage or transport. These aren't random quality variations. They're consistent patterns that indicate fundamental problems with production standards. What makes Calavita particularly deceptive is how the mid-premium pricing creates false confidence in quality. Consumers assume they're getting better oil than budget brands because they're paying more. But the testing data shows Calavita often performs worse than some lower-priced alternatives, making it one of the worst values in the olive oil category. The quality failures become especially apparent when you use Calavita in applications where olive oil flavor matters. Salad dressings taste flat and uninspiring. Bread dipping reveals harsh, unpleasant notes. Finishing dishes with the oil adds nothing positive and can actually detract from other flavors. This represents a particularly frustrating consumer experience because you're paying premium prices while getting inferior results in your cooking. The disconnect between price point and actual quality creates a false economy, where spending more money delivers worse culinary outcomes. Number 6. Colavita. The authenticity illusion masking industrial processing. Colavita presents itself as the authentic Italian choice with heritage dating back to 1938 and marketing that emphasizes family tradition and Mediterranean craftsmanship. The bottles feature elegant Italian styling, and the company heavily promotes its connection to traditional olive-growing regions. But the reality of modern Colavita production tells a very different story about what's actually inside those attractive bottles. The scale of Colavita's operations requires industrial processing methods that strip away the very qualities their marketing emphasizes. To meet demand for major grocery chains, the company processes massive volumes of oil using techniques that prioritize efficiency and shelf stability over preserving the delicate compounds that make extra virgin olive oil nutritionally valuable. Independent testing reveals that Colavita oils often show chemical markers indicating heat treatment or other processing that disqualifies them from genuine extra virgin classification. The oil may technically meet minimum legal standards, but it lacks the robust flavor profile and beneficial compounds that justify the premium pricing. The sourcing practices behind Colavita's volume requirements create additional quality compromises. To maintain consistent supply and competitive pricing, the company blends oils from multiple sources across different harvest seasons. This blending process homogenizes the final product, but eliminates the distinctive characteristics that make single-source, fresh-pressed olive oil special. Consumer taste tests consistently describe Colavita as bland and unremarkable. Professional food critics note that the oil lacks the peppery finish and fruity complexity that characterize high-quality extra virgin olive oil. You're paying for Italian heritage, but receiving oil that tastes like it was produced in an industrial facility rather than a traditional mill. The most troubling aspect is how effectively Colavita's marketing obscures these quality compromises. The authentic Italian imagery and family history narrative create powerful emotional connections that override objective evaluation of the actual product quality. Consumers develop brand loyalty based on storytelling rather than taste or nutritional value. When you're choosing Colavita for its supposed authenticity, you're actually selecting an industrially processed product that represents everything wrong with modern food production. The traditional methods and artisanal quality suggested by the marketing have been replaced by efficiency-focused techniques that prioritize profit over the consumer experience. Number 7. Lucini. The organic deception hiding processing shortcuts. Lucini positions itself as the premium organic choice with beautiful packaging and marketing that emphasizes purity, sustainability, and artisanal production methods. The organic certification and higher price point create expectations of superior quality and more careful production practices. But comprehensive analysis reveals significant gaps between these premium promises and actual product delivery. The organic certification, while legitimate, doesn't address the fundamental quality issues that affect Lucini's final products. Organic olives can still be processed using methods that degrade oil quality. They can be stored improperly, pressed when overripe, or blended in ways that compromise the distinctive characteristics that justify premium pricing. Taste testing reveals that Lucini oils often lack the vibrant, complex flavors expected from premium organic olive oil. Instead of the fresh, grassy notes and peppery finish that characterize excellent extra virgin oil, Lucini products often taste muted and flat. This suggests processing or storage practices that diminish the oil's natural flavor compounds. The quality failures become particularly apparent when compared to authentic artisanal producers. True small batch, carefully crafted olive oils exhibit remarkable complexity and intensity that Lucini simply cannot match despite its premium positioning and organic certification. Chemical analysis often reveals that Lucini oils contain elevated levels of compounds indicating extended storage or improper handling. The beneficial polyphenols that make extra virgin olive oil a superfood are present in significantly reduced concentrations compared to freshly pressed alternatives. You're paying organic premiums for oil that's lost much of its nutritional value through processing choices that prioritize shelf life over consumer benefit. What makes Lucini particularly frustrating is how the organic label creates false security about quality. Consumers assume organic certification guarantees superior processing standards, but the reality involves the same industrial-scale operations that compromise oil quality regardless of how the olives were grown. The premium you're paying reflects marketing positioning rather than meaningfully better production practices. The sourcing practices that enable Lucini's retail distribution create systematic quality compromises. Organic olives purchased from multiple suppliers across different regions get blended into homogeneous products that eliminate the distinctive characteristics that should justify the higher pricing. You're getting industrial uniformity disguised as artisanal authenticity. Number 8. Whole Foods Market. 365 brand. When the health food store fails the health test. Whole Foods built their reputation on providing healthier alternatives to conventional grocery options. Their 365 private label olive oil sits prominently in stores across America, positioned as the affordable organic choice for health-conscious shoppers who trust the Whole Foods name to deliver quality without compromise. But independent testing reveals troubling quality control issues that contradict everything Whole Foods represents to consumers. The 365 olive oil often shows chemical markers indicating poor storage conditions and extended shelf life that degrades the oil's beneficial properties before it reaches your kitchen. Taste evaluations consistently identify defects that suggest the oil comes from damaged or overripe olives processed using shortcuts that prioritize cost savings over quality preservation. The resulting product lacks the fresh, vibrant characteristics that define genuine extra virgin olive oil, delivering instead a flat, unremarkable experience that fails to justify even the discounted pricing. The next time you're standing in that grocery store aisle reaching for olive oil, you'll know exactly what to look for and what to avoid. These 7 brands represent millions of dollars in settlements, failed quality tests, and broken promises to American families. Don't let marketing imagery override the evidence. Your health and your wallet deserve better than these industry failures.